Okay, so nice to have you here on a sunny Sunday morning to practice yoga. So let's start in a comfortable sitting position. Closing your eyes and feeling your body from the inside. Making any adjustments to how you're sitting. And then really feeling into the base of your body. Your feet and your legs. The sit bones at the base of the pelvis. And seeing if you're able to relax and let go of any tension at the base of the body. Bringing your awareness to the area of the solar plexus, the area of the abdomen and the low back. Just making sure that you're not collapsing or putting any strain on the low back. And as you breathe, you can feel the movement of the belly. So there's a softness in the abdomen. Bringing awareness to the upper back, the chest area, making sure that you feel really broad and wide. The shoulders relaxed, shoulder blades relaxed. And tuning into the movement of your lungs. And becoming aware of the top of the spine and the facial muscles. Releasing any tension in the forehead, between the eyebrows. Releasing tension in your lips and in the jaw. And we'll spend about half a minute just sitting, feeling your body from the inside, and being attuned and attentive to your breath. And then as you're ready, let's gently open the eyes. Bring our fingertips at the sides. On the inhale, we're going to reach the arms upward, interlock and stretch the spine. On the exhale, we're going to round the spine and reach the arms forward. Draw the belly in. On the inhale, we're going to reach the arms behind us, interlock behind your back, press your shoulder blades together. You're really lifting and opening the upper back. And on the exhale, release the arms. Inhale, stretching the spine. Rounding in the back, especially your low back, drawing the abdomen in as you round. Inhale, we're lifting the heart, shoulder blades together. And exhale, release. Let's do this 3 times with your breath. Go according to your own pace. And harmonizing movement and breath. This is a way of waking up the spine. And then at the end of it, just take a moment to pause and to feel and to notice if you feel a difference and where you feel a difference. And then opening the eyes, allow your head to tip over to the left shoulder. And you can reach your right fingertips away. Coming into a stretch for the side of the neck. And think of your right shoulder relaxing down. Notice if you feel it anywhere else. Maybe in the scalp or in the arm. Around the ear. And then allow your chin to drop down into center. And then roll up into a neutral position. And we'll come to the other side, tipping the head over to the right shoulder. You can reach your left fingertips away. Start to feel into the side of the neck. Relaxing your left shoulder and shoulder blade. Tuning into any other subtleties that you feel. And then allowing the head to roll down into center. And come up into neutral. So now we're going to drop the chin, and when we look up, we're going to stick the tongue out and notice what muscles you feel stretch and are lengthened. Exhale, chin down. Inhale, look up, stick your tongue out. Continue this movement. One more time. And come back to center. Good. Hopefully you've had a little bit of time to digest your breakfast. Bringing your left hand behind you, we're going to turn and twist over the right side, or left side, sorry. Right hand can rest on your left knee. So you're feeling this twist in the abdomen. And now you're going to turn your nose over that left shoulder, completing the twist into the top of the spine. And feel this twist through the back muscles, the muscles in the torso, the neck and throat area, even the eyes. And then unwind and take a moment just to relax in center and feel. The body adjusts, the blood flow coming back into the muscle tissue. And then we'll come to the other side. So our right hand behind, we're turning to the right side, turning from the abdomen. And then if you like, completing that twist by turning the nose over the right shoulder. And breathing into your twist. Noticing where breath moves in the body when we give it less room. And then unwind. Take a moment in center. The eyes can be open or closed. And take a moment just to feel. To notice the effect of the pose and the twist. So opening your eyes. And we'll bring the feet together for butterfly pose. So a movement of the knees up and down, slow or fast, whatever suits you. You're paying attention to the feeling in your hip joint. You're paying attention to the inner thighs and any other places where you feel this movement. Good. So now let's bring our left heel in towards us and we'll extend the right leg out to the side. We're going to turn ourselves over our right leg and maybe sitting tall is enough of a stretch. So you just sit tall. Some of you might be able to hinge forward or walk your hands forward. And we're going to lightly come into this extended leg stretch without too much strain or effort, just to feel into the back of the leg. You can experiment with engaging your right thigh as if you're pressing your leg into the floor, and notice if that changes anything. And then we'll slowly come back into center, and we'll switch legs so that we come into the other side, extending our left leg, our body turning over that left leg, sitting tall or leaning or hinging forward. Whatever is possible. And feeling into your leg, your back area. Lots of things going on in yoga poses. Sometimes there's the obvious things going on, and sometimes there's a lot more subtler things going on. And noticing your breath. And then we'll come back into center. So now we're going to extend both legs forward. And we're going to continue with work for the hip. So we're going to bend the right knee. The foot will come against your left thigh, or maybe you can place it on top of the left thigh, and the same up and down movement. So we're doing half butterfly. This is a movement that really helps to encourage circulation into the hip joint. And I have found that it really helps with sitting. So a few more times. And now we're going to switch to the other side, extending our right leg, and the left knee bends. The foot comes against the thigh or on top of the thigh, and the same up and down movement. And now the attentiveness is to the left hip joint. Sometimes we have imbalances in the pelvis, imbalances in the musculature of the body. So you are able to notice this when we do yoga postures and movements. Again, just a few more times. And then extending your left leg. So we'll do a little bit of movement for the feet and toes. We want to stretch the toes wide, and then as if you're making a fist, curl them inward. Stretch them wide, curl them inward, and continue this movement. You're working just with the toe joints, the toe mound, the muscles of the feet. Probably in the course of the day, we hardly pay attention to our feet, even though our feet are important in our posture, in our walking, in our movements. We're going to change it now. We're going to point. We're going to stretch the front of the foot. And on the exhale, you're going to slide the heel forward. And we'll continue with this. Flex, extend and flex, point, toes pointing away, then toes pointing towards you. And notice what you feel through the front of the feet and legs and through the back of the legs. Now one more movement, circling the feet and the ankle joint. And as much as you can, isolating the movement to the feet. So your legs as much as possible, are not moving too much as you circle the feet in both directions. Good. Next, we're going to stretch the feet and toes. So tucking the toes under and leaning your weight back. If it's too intense, lean the weight into your hands. We're working on the arches of the feet here. So a few breaths in our toe stretch. And then release, and let's tap the tops of the feet. Bring circulation back. And now we're on the hands and knees, and let's continue with rounding the spine, dropping the head down, belly drawing inward towards your low back. And in the opposite direction, extending your spine. Your eyes can be part of the movement as you round the spine and draw the belly button towards your back. You look towards your belly button. And as you inhale, you're going to look upward to the sky. And continue the movement. One more time. And then we settle back to the heels. Let the elbows relax, head towards the ground, and chest resting on your thighs. And take 3 deep breaths and really let your body settle and sink back towards the heels. And then come on to the hands and knees, and we'll do the movement for the hip muscle, not so much the joint, but there's a muscle deep within the hip joint by lifting the knee and ankle outward to the side to whatever range is possible. Lifting and lowering, and we're alternating. Let's continue once more on both sides. And then let's come into child's pose a little differently, toes together, knees apart. When you sink back, that gives room for the abdomen to relax between the knees. Head towards the ground, and if it doesn't reach, you can bring one palm on top of the other. And again, really sinking back towards your heels. Taking 3 deep breaths. And then let's Bring the hands onto the thighs and roll up through the spine into an upright position. Coming onto the hands and knees, we're going to come into a twist. So we'll reach the right hand forward and slide the left arm and shoulder through. And if they don't easily reach the ground, you can add some props or a pillow beneath the left shoulder and left head. Today it's easier for my right hand to be beside me, beside my face. You can also reach your right hand forward, or you can reach it up to the sky. So see what works best. Feel this twist through the spine and the upper part of the body. It's going to make breathing harder. So continue to make the effort to breathe. And now we'll bring the right hand back beside the face. Press into the right hand to unwind. Round the spine. We'll breathe into a rounded spine. Keep breathing and keep your spine rounded. And then the opposite direction, we're going to extend and keep breathing, tailbone pointing upward. Arms straight, heart reaching forward, eyes looking upward. And then settling back to the heels. Elbows relax, chest towards your thighs, head towards the ground. Deep inhale and exhale. And come back onto the hands and knees. We'll come to the other side where your left arm reaches forward and right arm slides through. Again, if your shoulder and head don't touch the ground, then best is if you add some props or even a blanket, a pillow, whatever you have nearby. Left hand can be beside you. It can reach forward or it can reach up to the sky. And feel this twist in your body. You'll work harder to breathe. But continue to take deep breaths. And then let's unwind. Just like we did before, we're going to round the spine and take a few breaths into a rounded back. And then the opposite direction, we're going to extend or come into a back bend, taking a few breaths, stretching the front of the body. And then sinking back into child's pose. Rest and relax and breathe. And as an alternate, if there's too much pressure, but for the abdomen, the feet, the knees can always be apart to give space for the abdomen. Let's come onto our hands and knees and reach the right hand forward. The left forearm comes across. We're going to rest our forehead onto the left forearm and walk the right hand a little farther forward as we lean the sit bones, the pelvis back. Breathing into the right side of the body. And this is to help prepare us for downward facing dog. So now let's slide back towards the heels and then come back up onto the hands and knees to switch to the other side. Left hand forward, right forearm across, head resting on your right forearm, and lean back without changing the position of your pelvis. We're just leaning back. Feeling the stretch through the left side of the body. Take 3 deep breaths. And then let's slide back to the heels. Bring the hands onto your knees or thighs and roll up into kneeling and an upright position for the spine. So now we're going to work on our lunge. Let's bring our right foot forward and we'll bring the hands on the inside of your right foot. If your hands don't reach, you can always use something to help lean your hands into. You can also make a fist. And make sure that you're not hanging your head down. So your head is in line with the rest of the spine. And we're trying to drop the pelvis. So we're really trying to lean forward with your left thigh. Let's take a few deep breaths. So now I'll bring my right hand to the outside of my right foot. I'm going to slide my left knee forward so that I can easily step forward into a forward bend. Feet are hip width apart. Arms are dangling forward. And taking a few deep breaths, allowing for blood to flow more easily to the upper organs and glands. If it's hard for you to be for a long time in a standing forward bend, you can bend the knees and prop your elbows onto your thighs, and that just takes a little bit of the pressure off. But it still allows you to gain the benefit of having the head below the heart. One more breath. So now I'm going to step back with my right leg, bringing the right knee down, bringing both hands to the inside of my left foot, making sure that my head is not hanging forward and leaning forward with my right thigh. Lunge positions are not easy because they work on a muscle that in modern culture is underused. It's the hip flexors at the front of the thighs. And because we do a lot of sitting, it can shorten these muscles. Take 2 more breaths. We're going to bring the left hand to the outside of the left foot. Slide the right knee forward. Step into a forward fold. Relax the head forward. Relax both arms. Take a few breaths as you feel the stretch for the backs of the legs. We're going to strengthen the feet. So the feet are active, the arches of your feet are active, the abdomen draws in, and we slowly roll up into standing. And pay attention to the back of the body and how you can stack each vertebrae of the spine on top of one another until you are upright. And then once you're upright, let's reach the arms above the head and feel this whole body stretch. And then let's bring the arms back down. We'll come into a side bend. So interlocking the hands, the first finger and the thumb together, reaching the arms above the crown of the head. Notice what's happening inside as you stretch the arms. And we're going to bend to the left side. Keep breathing. And come back to center. Your feet are engaged even as you're standing tall. Then let's relax both arms. And take a moment just to feel. Let's come into the side stretch on the other side. Both fingers and thumbs touching together, reaching the arms upward. Notice what's happening when you reach upward. And bend towards your right side. Keep breathing. And coming back into center and letting both arms relax. And now you're at the front of your mat. We're going to roll down and do a little more work in lunging. So head down first, upper back curls forward. You get them curling into your middle back and into your low back as your upper body gets heavier and heavier until you're in a forward fold. And the head is relaxed. The arms and shoulders are relaxed. Make any adjustments here. Take 3 deep breaths. We're going to step back with the left foot, bringing the left knee down, and this time we'll have the torso upright, shoulders relaxed, hands resting on your right knee. Lots going on here in the legs, in the abdomen and torso. We're trying to relax tension from the upper back, shoulder area. So just a few more breaths. And then let's bring the hands down, slide the knee forward, and step forward. Taking a few breaths in the forward fold. And we're remembering that the feet are always active in standing. It's not that they're tense, but they're engaged. And they're engaged through the arches of the feet and the toes. So now let's step back with the right leg, right knee down, bringing the hands to rest on your left knee. Torso is upright. We're in our lunge position and noticing all that's happening. Shoulders relaxed. Steady eye gaze and breath. 2 more breaths. And then hands down, slide your right knee forward, step into a forward fold. Hang the body forward. Make any adjustments as you take a few deep breaths. Now, the feet are active, legs are strong as you draw the abdomen in and support the spine as you roll up. Until you are upright. And we'll do another side bend. This time we'll interlock the hands, palms facing up to the sky. Reach the arms upward and bend towards the left side. Breathing into the right side of the body. And back to center and to the right side. And back to center, feel the body long and tall, stretch the arms upward to the sky, and then release. And as you release and relax your shoulders, notice what you feel. And take a few breaths. Let's work on strengthening the feet and the legs in a balancing pose. You can always use the wall. We're going to step onto our left foot and raise the right knee and lightly hold the right knee and just give time to really find stability in that standing leg. And let's switch sides. So you're standing on your right foot and your left knee is lifting. And you're feeling this strength for the standing leg. And then let's continue to switch sides. Just go at your own pace. You're working with your own endurance and capacity. And make sure you do an equal number on both sides. And then just pause in a neutral standing position, Feet hip width apart, arms can face front. You can close your eyes, feel the body from the inside, and just take a deep inhale and exhale. Good. So we're going to come down into a squat. You might need some help. You might want to start from sitting and come into your squat, or you might want to start in standing and come down into a squat. Either way, find your way into a squat. And once you come into your squat, lengthen your spine. See if there's a way that you can, in a very subtle way, grow taller. Find a comfortable position for your arms. And we're going to do a movement in our squat. So we're going to reach the palms outward, elbows on the inside of the knees, and we're going to press the knees into the elbows. Exhale, we're going to round the spine, drop the head. Inhale, we're going to press the elbows into the knees and look upward. Exhale, we're going to press the knees into the elbows, straighten the arms, round the spine. Inhale, we're going to press the knees outward, looking up. So just try this movement. We're engaging the inner thighs. Whatever way you're able to come into this movement in our squat. One more time. And then let's come down into sitting. And we'll come into the same position we came into at the beginning of class with the right leg extended. And we'll turn our torso over the right leg and either sitting tall or leaning forward. And noticing if it's a little easier this time. Taking a few deep breaths. And then rolling up and coming to the other side. What I noticed is it's not so much easier, but that I have more mobility in leaning forward. So coming to the other side, sitting tall or leaning forward. And being attentive to your breath. And we're paying attention to all the subtleties, making sure that tension isn't creeping into other areas of the body. Noticing the movement of breath. And then slowly coming back up. We haven't done much work for the core, so we're going to do a little bit of work for the core before we come down onto our backs. So come to the front of your mat. Feet on the floor, knees bent, hands behind the knees. Lean back, I should say, lean back, but also make sure your spine is nice and tall, upright as you lean back. So you're not rounding your spine as you lean back. And then if you'd like, you can bring your heels to the height of the knees. And you can stay here, or you can reach the hands forward. Notice what is happening on the inside to allow you to be in this position. What do you feel on the inside? Release the feet down. Knees wide, allow your abdomen to relax between your legs. We want to make sure that we contract, but we also relax. So knees towards one another, lean back, feet come off the floor to wherever you'd like. And if you'd like, you might want to try a different variation or maybe the same one. You're really paying attention to what muscles are required in this position. And then release. Let's come onto our back. So you can just lower yourself onto your back. And once you get there, take a moment just to relax into the floor. No holding, no tension. Let's feel the floor beneath you support your spine, support your back. We're going to continue with work for the core and these muscles that really support the pelvis and the spine in our posture. So we'll do bridge pose, knees bent, feet on the floor. We're going to first just use our pelvic muscles and isolate the pelvis. So you're going to squeeze or tighten your pelvic muscles, press your low back into the floor, tilting your pelvis towards you. And then you'll relax, release your pelvis, tilt your pelvis away. You'll create this curve in your low back. And you're going to continue. Inhale, you're going to tighten the pelvic muscles, pelvis towards you. Exhale, pelvis away as you relax. A few times. One more time. So now we're going to build on this movement. We're going to tighten the pelvic muscles and now lift the pelvis off of the floor and up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to lower the pelvis, lower the spine down. See if you can keep the pelvis lifted off of the floor until your low back touches. And then you'll release your pelvis. And continue that movement where you're lifting and lowering. One more time. And then let's bring the knees towards the chest. The knees can be wide, so you're not putting pressure on the abdomen, and you're rolling on your back from one side to the other and really feeling this massage. And then let's bring our feet up to the ceiling. Knees stay bent. We're in an upside down squat. Hang on to the backs of the knees, or maybe hang on to the feet. We'll take a few breaths in this upside down squat. And then let's release the feet to the floor. Take a moment just to allow the body to relax and feel, notice what you feel. We're going to end with a twist. And you can use a proper pillow if it's helpful. I'm going to extend my right leg, bend the left knee, and draw it over and across to the right side. Propping it up if you need, and turning my head back towards the left side. You might notice a stretch for your left hip. You might notice the twist in the abdomen and torso. Or maybe you feel the twist through the upper part of the back, the right side of the chest and the right shoulder area. So then let's unwind, coming back into center, releasing your left leg, adjusting your body so that it's centered on your mat, taking a moment just to feel, just to notice the after effect of each of the poses. And then we'll come to the other side. So my left leg is extended, right knee bends, and I bring it over and across to the left side, and I turn towards the right side. Notice where you feel this in your body. A few more breaths. And then unwinding, coming back into center, adjusting your body and feeling the after effect of this posture. Taking a moment to feel your breath. And we'll move into our relaxation. So you can gather any layers of clothing that you need to be warm. Lying down in whatever position is comfortable for you. Closing your eyes if they're not already closed. And just feel the earth beneath you, supporting the weight of your body. That you can release and relax all tension. And feel the rhythm of your breath. Feeling not only the inhale and exhale, but feeling also the pauses between your breath. And now feel the body and the breath, knowing that we are all practicing together, each of us in our individual space and home. Deepen your breathing and begin to waken movement in your fingers and toes. And stretch the body. Stretch your arms, your legs, your spine in whatever way feels natural. And in your own time, roll onto one side and come up into a sitting position. And take a moment just to sit for a moment, to feel, to notice what you feel on the inside. And if you're feeling a sense of peace or balance, feeling a little more open in your heart, you can bring your palms together and dedicate the merit or fruits of our practice for the well-being of all. Or if there's someone in your life in need of healing, then you can also dedicate the merit or fruit of your practice to them. And thank you for joining me. You are welcome to turn your microphones and videos on. We have a new friend joining us today, Lori. It's so nice to see you. I haven't disappeared.